in the dirt. Say it again, man, and that's a reverse. Never rehearse, jumping in first. Call up the nurse, put the beat in the hearse. This is absurd. Take the berserk. Don't get on the tracks, man, and they better swerve. Don't got a nerve, man.
This video is about how many products do you need to test in order to find a winner? This varies a lot, and I'm going to go over what has the biggest impact on your rate of success, the percentage of products that will be winners out of the ones that you test. We'll discuss that and what you should expect and how you can it's really important to adjust your mental, your mindset, so that I need to test this many products in order to find a winner. It's really important that you're not getting discouraged through the process, because everybody goes through this process. All the successful dropshippers, they know, look, I'm going to have a fail rate of blank, and I'm going to have a success rate of blank, which means I need to test this many products in order to find this many winners. It just comes down to numbers at the end of the day, once you know what your average is, and then it's just execution. So when I first started out, I tested 30 products before I found a winner. And I define a winner as something that's consistently profitable over X amount of time, usually several weeks minimum. But for back when I started 3 years ago, winning products lasted a lot longer than they do now. Facebook has changed its algorithm quite drastically. It favors new content, new interesting content, and old creatives, old products typically don't stick around for very long. They typically die in a couple of months. They used to last 6 months. So there's a big difference now. Just means you have to test more. It's really not that big of a deal. It just is what it is. We adjust, we adapt, and we overcome. So I tested 30 products to find a winner. The average that I see among people with very little experience that kind of just don't really know what they're doing is about 50. Most people have to test about 50 products to find their first winner. And that's just being realistic, guys. Now, as you get better at product research, and the only way to get better is to do a lot of it, okay? There is a direct correlation between time invested and how good you are at product research. And how good you are at product research, there's a direct correlation between that and how much money you're going to make. It's the biggest indicator of your success in this business is how good you are at product research. So the reason why doing lots of product research makes you better is because you're able to identify products that have been around a long time, that have been that you've already tested, right? We've tested thousands of products. I've spent hundreds of hours looking at products. So I know these products have been around for 3 years. These products are new. These products have been tested. This product is similar to a winner that I've had in the past. This type of product never works. That kind of thing. You start to see patterns in the research process. And so it's just, when I tell people to do 8 to 10 hours of research a day, I'm dead serious. You should be doing that if you really care about this business and you really want to be successful. It's the best thing you can spend your time on. So now my team has an average success rate around 10%. I'd say that my project managers' success rate is usually around 5 to 8%. And my personal success rate is generally 15 to 20%. And so we kind of average out around 10. And because I know that 1 out of every 10 products we test is going to be a winner, if we're looking at things on the grand scale, over several weeks, and we say, hey, this is how many products we tested over the last 3 weeks, this is how many of them were winners. If we're below 10%, then I got to start looking at stuff. I got to make sure the site is functional. I got to make sure there's no glitches. There's no I got to make sure there's no issues, right? Maybe people don't like the brand we're using, the naming, the logo. Maybe there's some little thing that's driving our success rate down. And so you need to figure out what your average is, what your expected success rate is for you. It's going to be different for everybody. Just your natural creative instinct is going to have a massive impact on this, and how creatively you can think through the process. Some people get really stressed out during product research, and they take it way too seriously, and they have a very low success rate because they're stressed out. You cannot think creatively when you're stressed out. Those people, I say, hey, drink a beer or something, and then do your product research, because you have to relax into the process. And if you want to know more about very specifically how I do product research and actually watch me do it for a couple of hours, I do have a product research webinar that you can check out. I'll have the link in the description. So starting out, beginners, 1 in 50 is totally normal. All right. If you're complaining because you tested 10 or 15 or 20 and you haven't found that winner yet, I'm not going to listen to you because you haven't tested 50. If you've tested 50 and you haven't found one, then yeah, something's definitely wrong with you, like with your process, with your thinking, with your store. There's an issue. It needs to be identified. But until you've actually tested that many, I'm really not that concerned. And then as you've been in this industry for a while, you should see that success rate improve. You should start seeing patterns in the products, patterns in the winners. You should you should start to trust your gut instinct more, and finding more winning products. So again, time invested is huge. It's massive. It's so important to just dig in and look at thousands of products. I promise you might feel like you're not making progress, but over the hundreds of hours that you're going to invest into this, like, it's going to make you better, guaranteed. So that's it for this one. See you in the next video.
Yeah.